4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. I'm your boy, Diego Barishnikov, on half of the super team.
What's good, good people? It's your boy, Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports, broadcasting live here on a Wednesday. What's good, homie?
Absolutely. People, we got some things to get into tonight. One thing, man, I'm a little feds up, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So we're gonna get into KD and all his bullshit, going back and forth with Chris Broussard, the Christian Mingle dude. Man, come on, man. Things are getting out of hand. We're gonna talk about Magic Johnson's ass coming on live TV, spilling all of the shit. And then also we're gonna get into this motherfucker Big Ben out of Pittsburgh. He got a whole lot to say now.
Right.
That AB is gone. So we're gonna get into that as well.
All right. Well, I'm phased up too, but I'm phased up for a different reason. I'm phased up for how ass that Game of Thrones series finale was. Ass, B. 8 years. 8 years. And they tried to stick all of the closing shit in 6 episodes. 6. Bad enough they let the Night King get snuffed quickly and early on in the season. But the way this shit ended, now don't get me wrong, I wasn't one of these suckers who signed that petition, wanting them to reshoot it. Like they really were about to reshoot $1 million episodes just because y'all mad. I ain't with that and everything, but honestly, most shows end bad. None of them really end good because it's the end of it. The Wire, that was weak the way it ended. Sopranos was weak the way it ended. It's just the way it go. But this shit was real weak sauce. But HBO won because everybody watched that shit. Everybody except for Diego.
Yeah, man. I'm one of the non-Game of Thrones people, but I'm not one of the, let me tell you how I've never watched a episode of Game of Thrones. The back and forth on that shit on Twitter and social media was just fascinating in itself. Okay, do y'all have to talk about this damn show this much? And then you got the why are y'all talking about this show that much, and people just making it known that I've never watched an episode of that shit, as if they get some kind of badge of honor for not watching a damn TV show. You don't. You just didn't watch it. I mean, it's a lot of popular shows that I didn't watch. I've never watched an episode of Breaking Bad.
That's some good shit.
There's another one that I really didn't watch it either. That was pretty popular. So I mean, shit, it happens.
You know what's funny? Black Twitter really rode for that show. I watched that show for 8 seasons. Man, it was probably like 10 black folks in that show.
The whole.
It wasn't a lot of us in Westeros. It really wasn't.
Oh man.
But that's most shows because they want you to believe black folks ain't gonna follow. We're not around in the future, in the past. We're not there. So
y'all already know. That's why y'all gentrifying areas, because we follow y'all ass out to the burbs, then y'all try to come back to the city. Hey, we'll see you there too.
Yes, sir.
All right, good people. We are going to get right on into the first part of the show, but before we do so, I know y'all thought we forgot about y'all. Nope, we ain't forgot about y'all. We just changed up how we going to do things here at the beginning of the show a little bit, trying out a couple things while we got only really basketball to talk about, a few football things. But we appreciate y'all, as always, joining in, listening to us on the podcast platform, whether it be Apple, iTunes, or the Spreaker Network. Please continue to do so there. Also, if you'd like to watch us on YouTube, continue to watch the episodes there. Leave us some comments and some feedback. Again, find us on all platforms at AA Sportscast, straight sports, no chaser. We're on Facebook, IG, and Twitter also. All right, so let's jump on into Open Bar. Y'all know what it is. It's something like the news time. This is our time to give y'all a few interesting, ignorant stories that we've come across over the past 7 days since we last spoke with y'all. So, as always, Uncle Hey, do us the honors. What you got for us tonight? I know you got some goodies.
Yeah,
He already laughing before he start. It's gonna be.
I got a few tonight. Did you hear this story about this organization that started a GoFundMe for minor league baseball players?
I didn't. No.
Okay, they're trying to raise $25,000 to assist in providing the players with affordable housing, access to healthy food options, and baseball equipment, et cetera, et cetera. Last time I checked, this is an option, right? To play minor league baseball.
I mean, it's just all an option, but you got to. Yeah, I guess that's you got to put in your time down there.
Right. I mean, people, y'all got to stop putting these GoFundMes out there to raise money for shit that don't need. Help out battered women, children, that type of stuff. But dudes who choose to play baseball and got to go play in, South Georgia, that's their choice. That's not something that people need to be shooting money towards. Absolutely a choice. All right, here's another one that was interesting to me. You've been to New York before. I've never been. They put a bill out there in regards to giving people a ticket for being on their cell phones while walking in New York.
That's impossible.
Right. But they said that so many pedestrian deaths happen. They estimated 6,227 deaths where people were killed in traffic crashes in 2018 due to pedestrians walking and being on their phones. That's a lot of death.
I can believe that. Especially in
it's busy like that up there, right?
Especially like certain parts of the city, like Manhattan, or over like in the shopping district, like Fifth Avenue, Madison Avenue. Over it's constant people and it's constant cabs and mostly cabs and limos and all kind of cars. Just it's crazy, and you don't think about it here. Like we live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You go downtown, you may look at those crosswalk signs and things like that a little bit more. But for the most part, we don't pay attention to that shit.
No.
That shit don't really affect us here that much.
Right.
But when you go up there, you better know how to do something simple as cross the street and read them damn signs. Otherwise, your ass could get clipped.
Yeah, it just seems like, okay, you can't talk on unless you got hands free in the car. No, unless you got hands free. And now they going for the walking. And these tickets ain't punk tickets either. $25 to $250 for being on your phone while walking on the street.
So has that passed or is it a proposal?
It got proposed. So,
okay.
It may not happen, but I thought that was kind of interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I pulled these next two stories from the AJC. These are close to home. Did you hear about this young man? His name is Michael Antonio Downing. He's in trouble in regards to sex crimes. He basically, now you got to get to these women as well. This young man reached out on Instagram to some chicks and said, "Hey, I will pay you $400, $350 to $400 to talk on FaceTime." When he gets him on FaceTime, he's like, "Hey, you take your clothes off, we're gonna do more. I'm gonna shoot you a little bit more bread." Well, the problem comes in where homie was screenshotting these chicks on FaceTime naked. These are college chicks at the University of Alabama. Well, it was 3 of them that he did this to. 2 of them, he said, "Well, we can sit there and work this out. Y'all gotta see me." 2 of them said no and called the folks. 1 of them saw him at the parking garage. And then he still turned around and said, "All right, you gotta see me next week too." So then she called the folks. Well, they arrested him, and he said it was all true. And they are charging him with sexual extortion, 1 count of that, and 1 count of second-degree human trafficking. First of all, I got an issue with these girls. Do you honestly believe that a dude's going to shoot you almost $500 just to FaceTime him? And you're going to get naked on there as well?
I mean, that's why I'm like, so once you do the FaceTime, like, is it a Cash App happening? Because I need to see the first promise met before I go into anything else. Now, if he didn't pay them the $500, then maybe it's a little bit more believable. Okay, he gave me the $500 on that. Maybe I'll take the top off for another $500. But that Cash App need to be going off. Now, you ain't never get no money from the jump. Right. Something definitely sounds a little flaky. I mean, come on. Because most chicks ain't even going to call to start with.
These young boys nowadays are fishing with dynamite. You think about back when we was young? This shit here?
Everybody want to be a finesse god these days.
Oh, I got another one here. Did you please tell me you heard about the cat, John Martin Hill?
John Martin Hill. Yep.
Is it? You got that one?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. John Martin Hill. This is another situation where you got to put it on the lady. Got to put it on her.
Ultimate finesse right here, folks.
Oh
ultimate.
My God, ladies, you cannot meet a dude on a dating website. A week later, he convinced you to get married, and you send him 80 racks to buy y'all a house.
Yeah, they go searching for a house and everything.
Now, from what I read, it was legit a week later. He had to smash in this week for her to send 80 racks.
He said, I think, the story that I saw, I said, that they met on the dating site. He convinced her within a week that they should get married and buy a house. They went house shopping and house hunting or whatever. They found a house, and that's when she coughed up the 80 grand, and she ain't hear from him since. Now that's why I say he's the ultimate finesse guy, because he went through. He didn't. It's not like one of them African calls that we get from Sierra Leone. You know, they guzzling the money over the phone. He went through the whole thing of actually meeting her, actually going house hunting, getting a realtor.
He had to smash though. He had to. 80 racks in a week.
Absolutely, I'm sure he did.
Oh my!
But they said he was wanted in, I think, Virginia, New Jersey, like 3 or 4 more other states for the same thing.
Delaware, Virginia, Maryland, and New Jersey. So he took his thing down south because I guess it was hot up north.
They caught him in Tennessee. They caught him in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, and he was living with a chick and his baby. I'm assuming it's his baby in Duluth. So she's probably telling him, "Go out there and get that bread, baby." Ladies, y'all gotta do better. Hey, did you hear the story about the lunch lady who was letting the food ride and got fired?
Yeah, the kids didn't have it, and they fired her. You know, they tried to.
I tried to hire her back.
Yeah.
Okay, that was last week where she was on the offensive saying, "Hey, they fired me. I was just looking out." Come to find out, she hadn't charged that dude in like 3 months. Now he got his regular lunch, but he got all kind of other stuff too. He got oven baked fries, cookies, Powerade. Was he smashing?
I was like, how old was this kid? That's
right.
That's the first thing I thought. I'm sorry, but
we assumed that off top. But she was just letting all that stuff ride through the lunch line.
Was this high school?
High school.
He was smashing.
Yeah, he smashed. So this is one of those situations where you see that cover and you be like, oh shit, they fired that lady. That was messed up. No.
Right. And see, that's funny because I didn't even hear that part of it. So it's like I'm surprised they ain't put that out there since it was negative.
Oh, the people from the her company came out and said that like he hadn't been charged in like 3 months. You know, it wasn't like it was just his regular lunch. It was like extra. I'm about to say
if he didn't have it, then I understand. You know, if he didn't have it and she was just feeding him, then cool. Because I mean, them lunch. Well, I would say them lunch ladies don't make too much anyway. But I'm like, if she just kind of took a special liking to this kid, decided to pay for his lunch for a week. I mean, I don't know how much school lunch is now, $2-3 a day maybe.
Lunch ain't cheap, but they should be giving that, to everybody. But schools ain't got no money, so
they got money to do that.
Shit.
Superintendent making like $200,000 and $300,000 a year. They can do that.
Hey, especially out here where I live in Gwinnett County, if y'all just scale back the football stadiums just a little bit, the kids could eat for free. Cause these stadiums out here are like college stadiums.
Hey, them shits are awesome.
With big jumbotrons in high school.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, let me keep moving. All right, this one here is in regards to jumping the gun. Did you hear about this young lady down in Seminole, Florida? Her name is Betty Soto. This the last week of school. Tell me why Betty showed up with a loaded Glock 9mm and 2 knives with ammunition to school the last day.
Who Betty getting ready to run up on?
Right. Was she scared for her life? Well, they locked her up, and Betty was like, hey, speak to the governor. Talk to him. Well, Betty, you jumped the gun. Because in Florida, they did approve this whole situation in regards to bringing guns to school. But the shit won't go in effect till October.
Dummy.
I mean, you jumping the gun. A gun with 2 knives at an elementary school, she teaches 4th grade.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense. None whatsoever. So she's in jail, no bond. I got a few more. We're gonna get up out of here. I got a follow up. You remember we were talking a couple months ago, excuse me, about the dude who pulled the gun on the kids in the McDonald's in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Well, he got 45 days in jail. He got a $3,000 fine, 24 days of community service because he ran up on a young girl there. He pulled a gun and said she was probably going to pay for her McDonald's with an EBT. How your dumb ass feel right now? 45 days in jail, got to pay that bag at 55, and got to do community service. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to. All right, I got a few more. We're gonna be done. I told you I had a lot tonight. All right, Carly Herbis. This is funny here. This chick won $1 million in the lottery in Florida. $1 million, cuz she's winning. Yeah. Tell me why she got locked up in a drugs thing this week. She took her bread and put it on the street, cuz she got some work.
She tried to flip it.
She got locked up with a big thing. She is 27 years old. A big cartel type situation. She got involved with them with meth and all kind of stuff. $1 million. What was she clear after taxes? Maybe $700.
Yeah,
$700 enough to change my life right now, today.
Absolutely.
I ain't putting it back on the street. That's not gonna happen for me. But she had a criminal background, and
maybe half of it.
I mean, if I could put 200 and make 5,
especially if you ain't had shit yesterday.
You stupid, boy. You stupid. All right, 2 more and I'm done. All right, strippers. Did you hear? Please tell me you heard about this story in Missouri. 5 African American strippers will split $3 million. They won that lawsuit, cuz.
Okay, so it was in Missouri. Okay, my coworker told me it was in Mississippi.
No, let me see. Mississippi. That's right.
Okay.
It's Mississippi. Shout out to them. So this story here, basically, the young ladies were dancing at one club and they were making less money at the white club. That's what it is. They were sent to the black club that the guy also owned, to where they were making less money and there was no security. They were getting fined for being late, $25, but they said the white young ladies were not being fined for that. And the jury awarded them $3 million. That's a go. 5 people, $3 million?
That's a nice little come up.
Now, of course they're going to appeal it. They said that they're going to appeal it, but, I mean, what we talked about last week, $500,000 cash?
I mean, it just sounds like something they should have settled. You're right.
Yeah, so if he shows up with $500,000 cash money, and it's what? It's 5 girls. That's $100,000 cash money. They're gonna take that shit all day long. They're gonna take it. All right, last one because I'm running long. I had a lot this week.
Yeah, man, we have to cut this.
Lamar Odom is out there again. Did you hear this in regards to Lamar Odom? Basically said that he used a prosthetic penis to pass the drug test to be on USA Basketball.
No, I did not see that.
Now, you used to watch Entourage as well, so that was what Vinny Chase did back in the day. So homie said that he smoked weed all summer long, and then he found out that he was going to be on USA Basketball, and they came at him like they're going to show up at your crib to do a drug test. Well, he got his trainer to piss in this fake penis, and he passed. I might buy Lamar's book. Because all of this shit's in his book. I literally might buy this book. Because he's letting go all of the dirt. Now, this is the second week in a row Lamar has been on our news. The second week.
Was it? Damn.
Remember last week we talked about him saying he slept with over 2,000 women.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Hey, man. Very interesting, man. The books that some of these ball players could write, boy. That could be a nice little money maker for some of them. Wonder why more of them don't do that.
They should.
Probably because, I probably wouldn't want to tell a lot of this shit either.
I mean, but in his case, Lamar's seen real money. Hopefully he ain't fuck it up.
Yeah.
But he doesn't see.
Yeah, but I'm just saying most of them, a lot of them not probably is open to and transparent to do a book. You know what I'm saying? They might do an interview here and there and let go a little something, but a book, you got to really open up for a book, and some of them I don't think want to really get their past dug into that much.
We're gonna talk about him later on, but you know what book I want to see? I want that Magic Johnson book. Them 80s Lakers, how he was moving before he caught that package. Word on the street, he was getting it how he lived out there, boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I got. What you got? I know I went long tonight. It's good shit.
Only thing I'm keep mine to this one lady, this one chick in Memphis. What is her name? Pamela Jones. Pamela Jones, another situation I think where it's another grown ass person staying with their grandma. This time their grandma, not even the parents, the grandma.
Jesus.
Grandma woke Pam up. Miss Lillian Jones, she woke Pam ass up because it was middle of the day. Pam was sleeping. Pam got mad, grabbed the broomstick, started beating Miss Lillian in the head with the broomstick. The caregiver finally came to the house around 4 o'clock. So this lets you know this is in the middle of the day. She's sleeping.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon? She better work nights.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. Caregiver get there. Miss Lillian is sitting in the dark, crying and bleeding from the head. So they call the police, and then they locked baby girl up, arrested her, for beating up the grandmother. No word on the charges that they actually ended up filing for her. But man, another grown people, get out your parents and grandparents' house, man. And stop sleeping all day. Right. Now, Miss Lillian, if that young lady works at one of these strip clubs and she works at night, you can't be waking her ass up in the middle of the day. That is her nighttime.
She need to listen to our show and hear that story about that grandmama who got mad because the girl was running up to her AC and pulled that thing on her. That was some months ago, but she wasn't about that bullshit. Move out your people's houses. Be adults. Do better.
Yeah. The only other one I got is this young lady in Arkansas, in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Maxine Felstein. Felstein, one of the two. She just got 15 years after she pleaded guilty to forgery, third-degree escape, and second-degree criminal impersonation because she decided, the boyfriend that was locked up decided it was a good idea to have her dress up and act like she was a sheriff, come down to the jail and get Buddy out of jail with some fake paperwork.
They be dead serious with this shit, don't they? What state was that in? Bet it was Florida.
Arkansas.
Okay.
Arkansas. Yeah, they had about a month out before they caught up with them and locked both their asses up. So now that young lady has messed up her life, falling behind a dude locked up. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
All right, before we get done with the news, I know we got a lot with basketball and the NFL, but let's talk about some boxing real quick. There was a fight this week that was supposed to be a big fight. That shit didn't work out that way. It really did. Go ahead on that one.
I had Deontay knocking Brazil out. I had him knocking him out, and I thought it would go no more than 7 rounds. It barely went 7 seconds.
I was sitting on my couch watching that fight. I made sure the TV was on that when it happened. That shit didn't go around. Not around.
If you got up to go to the bathroom or if you turned to it late, you missed it. You missed it. He had been talking about killing dude all week.
I think we missed that last week.
Right.
I think I hit you Friday. It's like, damn, we ain't talk about Deontay wild ass. Who knew he was serious?
He was dead ass. He was talking about killing that dude all week. And when it was Saturday night, got here, he wasn't playing. Laid his ass out.
Boxing's your forte. Can Joshua duck him at this point?
I want to say he can't. Technically, he can because I think he got a mandatory. I think that's what he's been hiding behind. I know he's got a mandatory. That's what he was hiding behind last. I'll recheck to see if he's ever even taken that fight.
Gotcha.
He tends to have some inactivity.
Okay.
So he could be stretching that mandatory out to prolong that fight even further. But I mean, that's where the money is. I mean, if you ask me if I think we'll see Deontay Wilder Joshua or Deontay Wilder Fury 2 first, it'll probably be the Fury fight. I'm thinking it needs to be the Joshua fight, but I'm thinking it may be the Fury fight.
Tell them folks how you sunned me when I said that shit Saturday. Like, he gonna fight Fury? You said something real, like, man, he ain't gonna fight him. He a sucker. He knocked him down all them times. We were talking Saturday, and I was like, well, he can't duck Joshua. Is he gonna fight Fury? And it was something in regards to, well, he knocked him down 2 or 3 times. Why would he fight him again at this point? But will that possibly be the situation, though?
No, that rematch was on the table shortly after the first fight, and then it fell through. So I think that fight is gonna happen. I don't remember the exchange you're talking about, but no, if whatever I said, I wasn't saying that. But no, because they gonna fight again. They're gonna fight again. But the fight needs to be against Joshua. Okay, that's the fight that the people want to see.
Gotcha.
It's like,
and that's what he was kind of talking about in the ring afterwards. So
yeah, I mean, we'll take Fury Wilder again. We'll take that because they fought to a draw.
Okay.
Most people, myself included, thought Wilder won the fight, even though Fury hung in there and did more than I thought he would.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Wilder still won the fight, in my opinion. But no, we want to see Joshua and Wilder. Absolutely.
Gotcha. All right, last boxing thing before we move on. I guess it's been signed. Pacquiao and Thurman. Manny was on TV today, but I didn't see him. I was moving at the job, but I want to say so Manny has no chance to win this, you think, or no?
They both was on. Thurman was on the networks too.
Okay.
But no, Thurman is going to beat him.
All right, let's go to basketball.
Thurman is. If you just look at him, he looked like Chino XL. You might think he's soft. That he, especially to the body, the power punches.
Manny ain't got no chance.
No, I'm not saying that, man. Manny Pacquiao, he is what he is. He's a legend, but he is older. He's not as fast. Older than us, right? Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Shit, damn, we are 40. Yeah, he's somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. And
so he's not
31, 32, somewhere around there.
If that, yeah.
If he younger than that, he gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah. So it's just one of those situations where if it were prime Manny, then that'd be a different story. But Manny is not as fast and not as powerful as he once was. See, Manny and Thurman actually brought this up today. Manny not a true welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And he's moved up and up and up and up in weight class, and he fights at welterweight now. But Thurman this is more his natural weight. You know what I'm saying? He probably at some point will even go up another weight class. So yeah, I think Thurman is going to handle Manny.
All right, you ready to go to work? Get on this basketball playoffs?
Get it, man. Let's go over these conference finals, man. It's about all going on right now.
Yeah, it's one going on. Man, okay. Golden State, Portland. I honestly thought this might have been a gentleman's sweep. I think I said 6. You said 5. Well, it didn't work out that way. It didn't.
Nah.
Golden State
Portland had chances.
They did. This got to hurt. This series here has to hurt. Game 3, they was up 17. No, Game 2, they was up 17. Game 3, they was up 18. Game 4, they was up 17.
Yeah, in the second half.
You got to win these games. You have to win these games.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on this right here. I've been waiting on it all 4 games. Where's it at?
And to a degree, the Denver series.
Yeah.
To a degree, you know what I'm saying?
I did the Dame time thing, people, for the ones who are going to be listening on Spreaker, because I've been waiting on Dame. Of course, it's easy with Russell Westbrook because he's going to shoot you out. He's going to shoot his team out of the game and help you. But this here,
this
no
series,
Kevin Durant, you had to show up, cuz you had to.
And him and now before I get off Dame, he had the crack or separated rib. How do you separate a rib?
In a basketball game where they really don't let you touch nowadays.
I mean, well, I seen the play. I don't know if you saw
him.
I can't remember who fell on him, but yeah, he hit the ground. Somebody fell on him, and you can see him immediately wince and grab it. So I saw the play where he actually got hurt. But how much that affected his game, I don't know. But he definitely was not the sniper shooting wise as we had come to see or come to know. Same thing with C.J. McCollum. He was kind of he averaged 22, but they needed 30 and 30 out of both of them.
I was just about to say, 44 points from them two dudes with this team, the offense y'all run, that ain't gonna cut it. Not. So
not at all. Not at all.
You need around 55. I'll say 30 from one, 25 from the other. Really 60. But 44 ain't gonna cut it. Because who the hell else gonna score?
Well, exactly. Especially when you're playing Golden State.
I will say this. It's not like I've been a Golden State hater because I had no problem with Kevin Durant choosing to go there. He gave OKC 8 years. He wanted to leave, cool. I didn't agree with it, but if that's what he wanted to do, he a grown man, cool. But I became a bit of a Golden State fan in this situation here. Hey, man, Steph busted their ass 4 games. Busted their ass. Clay did what he did. Draymond played some of the best ball he's played in a while. If I was the dude in the press conference, the reporter, and then they brought the mic to me to ask Dame and CJ some questions, my thing would be, how y'all let Steph get 37 a game on y'all? Were y'all planning to play some defense? Dame time don't include defense, right? It just don't. So
from game one, the defense was just not anywhere near up to par. I mean, everybody was talking about it too right out the gate. Like, if this is the way the defense is going to be, Steph and Clay gonna have a field day because the last series, the Rockets was bumping them up a little bit, even though it only went. Was it the Rockets they played last series?
Yeah, that's last series. It went 5 or 6.
5. It went 5, but they was more attached to the shooters and at least putting some bodies and some hands on them than Portland was. It was almost practice time.
You can't do that with these guys.
Nah.
You can't. And most people know this. And I noticed Dame went under screens a lot. A lot. Why? They're shooters. 37 points a game. The last time that's been done in a playoff series, from what I gather, was Hakeem Olajuwon, when he gave the whole NBA that work after Jordan left. That was dunks and, short layups.
Right.
This dude's shooting jumpers, cuz. And he give y'all 37?
Yeah.
What the fuck was the scheme on defense? What was it?
Non-existent is what it was. They what I'm starting to notice a lot about NBA defenses, in addition to the going under the screens a lot, for some reason because we see a lot of the 3-point shooting, and I see a lot of it being led from teams are double teaming people that don't need to be double teamed. They double teaming way too soon. They double teaming people are not even a threat. It's just like as soon as somebody catch a ball in a spot, you automatically doubling and you leaving 3-point shooters wide open. If it were me, if you're going to post up, post. You're going to have to go to work in the post and really work my man over for me to start sending a double down and leaving shooters like Steph and Clay open. That shit just doesn't make any sense to me.
All right. I'm taking the ball out of Steph's hands. I'm doubling him. I'm not doubling Clay. Who else you got to double?
Hey, man.
You ain't doubling Draymond. You ain't doubling Iggy. So I'm going to take the ball out of Steph's hands off top.
And that's been known, and he's gotten a little bit better out of passing out of it. But over the years, that has been one of the things of how to go at Steph. Double him and get the ball out of his damn hand.
And get physical.
Exactly. That's how Cleveland got back in that series in 16 and came back from 3-1 and won. They got physical and got that ball out of his hands a lot, but you can't let them run free.
Portland's offense was ass. If Dame is out there just dribbling the ball, one screen, trying to take a 30-footer, you just brought up Cleveland. They ran him off of screens, heavy, to get him touched up, to do it that way. But
did you look at what Portland got? Two of their starters are Harkless and Aminu ain't even on the court in crunch time in a lot of these games here in this last series. Collins and Leonard seem to be more productive than Harkless, especially Aminu, which I think they're gonna let him go. I think this was his last year. If his contract, I don't see him being re-signed. But Cantor was not a factor this series. He was a factor last series.
You see their free agents coming up though. They got a shitload coming up.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because I was gonna say I'm trying to think of who else didn't show up this series that showed up last series, and that was Rodney Hood. I don't think he showed up as much in this series either. So I don't know where the offense was supposed to come from. But so what we got here? 1 year deals, expiring deals. Turner, Harkless, and Leonard, all on expiring deals. And then you got Aminu, Rodney Hood, Seth Curry, and Cantor, all free agents. Now they still have on the books right now about the same amount of money they had this year, which I believe they are right at the cap or over it. They got 120.
Gotta pay CJ now, don't they? 2 years left.
Dame and CJ are on the their contracts in at the same time. They both got 2 years yet. So we're skipping around a little bit here, people. But
I'm sorry.
Word is they talking about giving Dame the Supermax, which is about 190, I think.
191, 4 years.
191. CJ got to get paid. You got Evan Turner, Harkless, and Leonard, key players on 1 year expiring contracts, and then you got other key players that were key in these playoff series at least, free agents. I don't think you can pay them all.
You can't.
I would look at probably keeping Rodney Hood and Seth Curry because you need shooting in this league. Yeah. Aminu, Deuces.
Cantor got to go too. You got Jokic.
Cantor's got to go too. Now with Jokic. Now he had a Gordon Hayward type injury, right? Was that him? I believe so.
Oh, he had a pretty bad leg injury. You're right. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So I don't see him next year contributing at all, or if he does, it'll be at the end of the season, probably in a limited capacity. He probably not going to be
Gucci. They're kind of Gucci because Leonard's expiring this year, so they can hold on to him this year.
I'm saying all that to say, I think they in another situation where they got what they got.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For this season, unless they are going to, like I said, go ahead and let Aminu walk, and then maybe try to trade something else for another player. Now, their best trade piece to me is C.J. McCollum, but do they want to break up? Do they have a combo? Do they have a nickname?
Turner's expiring contract would be reasonable. It's about $18 million.
Okay.
What can you get for it though? That's the question.
That's the key. You got a few okay tradable pieces if you throw C.J. McCollum in there. Outside of that, it's all flaky. But what do you get?
Let's go there. Would you break it up? It's like they can't break it up because they went to the Western Conference, but they were talking about breaking it up last year.
I'm not. I would hold on to the two of them, just for the simple fact I don't know if they could get anything to replace CJ that's going to make them necessarily better.
I agree with you.
Because to me, they need to stretch kind of big that can shoot.
Well, you said to stretch big. I ain't watched a lot of Portland games. Was Yusef? He wasn't that, was he?
What's that?
The center that got hurt. He wasn't a stretch big, was he?
I think he could shoot it, but I don't think he shoot it as much as Jokic did.
Because Dame came out was like, if we'd had Yusef, we'd have been good. I'm like, dog.
Yeah. I think they'll be.
What they had to do was Steph putting 37 on you a night.
Well, they would have had another inside presence to go to, and Golden State don't necessarily, to me, have the manpower to stop somebody on the inside.
That's true.
But wing wise, I think they'll be okay. You got CJ and Dame, and I would bring back, like I said, I would re-sign Seth and Rodney Hood if I can.
Hood ain't getting real money though. That's fine. It's better than what he's making.
Right. You look at so Amina would be leaving, and then maybe do you try to flip a Zach Collins or Myers Leonard? I think both of them played pretty decent in this last series. Maybe you can get somebody to kind of reach for one of them, overpay, so to speak. That's the
both going back to the bench though, because they paid Yusuf.
okay. I know the Hawks are going to be trying to take on a lot of expiring contracts still because we still building from the ground up. Maybe you can, and maybe not the Hawks, maybe another team. Mo Harkless, expiring deal, $11 million. Can you get anything of substance back from him?
You know they're going to want a first with him. They're going to want to trade him for a first and a player. I ain't giving them no first for Harkless.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's on the bench in crunch time in all these games, and he's not in fact.
So we can move on and basically say they got what they got.
I think it's a situation where they got what they got. Maybe one or two new faces, tweak it a little bit. But
you said something to me the other day, and it made sense. They're not in a rush to give Dame that supermax. Why are they doing it this summer?
Yeah, I don't understand that with them having 2 years left on the contract. I don't know. So I don't know. Like I said, you still got to pay CJ too, and their contracts are up at the same time. So
CJ not getting supermax, but
he's not getting supermax, but he gonna want the max.
He gonna get like 25, 30. That's max money.
He making that now.
He making that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 25. Yeah. 2 years.
He is at he's at 27. Dame making 29.8 this coming year. CJ making 27.5.
Oh, that's over 20. That's well over 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying with the next deal, he's getting 30.
Shit.
So I don't know. That's why I say I think
what they got.
Either that or you may got to trade CJ in the offseason next year. I think they're going to bring him. I think they're going to bring it back this year because they re-signed Terry Stotts, so they're keeping that in place. So
Portland's not a free agent destination, is it?
Nah, it's not.
So yeah,
it's not.
So, all right, we got on here last week. I want to say that was game 1 when we was on here last Thursday, Milwaukee and Toronto. Well, by Sunday, Milwaukee went up 2-0, and then Toronto won the next 2 games.
Right. Everybody hold a serve home court.
Yeah, and this goes back to last year, honestly. Milwaukee can't beat nobody on the road. Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm asking a real question here. Is Giannis getting exposed? I love the defense Toronto's playing on him. I love it.
I mean, if I won't say exposed because we knew this, but I think they're doing the same thing that Boston did game 1 of their series, but didn't for some reason do it the rest of the series. Building the wall and forcing the shooters to shoot. Now, Milwaukee, yes, they having problems on the road, but hell, they technically, and I'm sure they're going to have to at some point, but they don't have to run another road game at all. They got home court advantage throughout
the way it works. Game 7's in Milwaukee, but his ass is running to the paint.
Even next series,
he's running to the paint with all them 6'8" and up dudes waiting on him.
Yeah,
he has to do something different.
Bud needs to take the ball. Like when Giannis starts bringing the ball up the court, I cringe. If it's not a fast break, if it's like the other team scores and they taking the ball out and he's the one walking the ball up the floor, I cringe because I know it's going to end in a bad possession. Yeah. Because now you're giving the defense time to set the wall, okay? Yeah. And you at the top of the key. Bad place to be if you're trying to penetrate the wall. Now, I think Bud should put his ass on the block, okay?
All day.
Put him on the block baseline area. Because even on the baseline area, you can still kind of double from certain spots, but you got eyes. You can see the floor. And if you can't get the assist, you can get the hockey assist if the person swing the ball the right way.
What was it? Was that game 3? Did they put Kawhi on him full time?
Give or take. I think it was game 2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay. I like Giannis. I like him a lot. You got to spend some time in the gym, homie. Because you diving into the lane and this dude's just waiting on you, that shit ain't working out. It's not.
Yeah, so he's got to shoot that jumper a little bit more and get better at it. And like I say, and Coach Bud has to use the skill set that he's got right now to adjust and put him in certain situations that's going to be better for the offense. Because even last night's game, when they made a little run in the third quarter, I think they cut it to 4 or 5.
Yeah,
they were moving the ball and they were working the mid-range areas. They stopped shooting all those 3-pointers and they were moving the ball and sharing it and moving around. And they did something different, and it was working for them. Okay, then they went right back to the offense that was allowing Toronto to play the wall defense. They went right back to that, and then they got themselves right back down. So I think I told you a couple of weeks ago, I thought Bud was a front-running kind of coach to a degree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, adjustment-wise, where's the adjustments coming? I'm not seeing them so far.
They made one.
You know what I'm saying? So that's I want to see that when they go back home.
Can you please have Eric Bledsoe check out of your crib? It'd be nice.
He ain't even worried enough to stay here, cuz. Nah, bro. What is he shooting, like 25%?
Cuz I ain't even pulled a percentage because it was terrible. 8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. And I want to say they just gave this dude like $80 million.
Because they're taking him off of the floor for George Hill. At this point,
lemon booty.
At this point, and Coach Bud, he probably won't do it. I would bench Eric Bledsoe. I would start George Hill.
I would too.
And I would bring Eric Bledsoe in off the bench
behind Brogdon.
You know what I'm saying? Or even bring him in together. But I think right now with the way Bledsoe's confidence is, I think his confidence is off. It's shaking. He shook right now. He can't hit shit. I think he would be better served trying to get it back by going against that second unit.
They weren't pressed to pay him this early. Mm-hmm. They could have paid him after the playoffs. They're stuck. Yeah. This is it.
Yeah.
And Middleton. It ain't like Middleton done showed up a whole lot either. I mean, he balled last night and they lost, but 15 and a half, 7 boards, 4 assists. It's not like he's shooting a great percentage.
No, not at least not on the road. He's not. Now, when they get back to Milwaukee, they seem to be a totally different team. We'll see how they respond going back. This is a pivotal game, Game 5. We all know that.
Have we seen Brook Lopez since Game 1?
Or maybe game 1 or 2, whenever he had 30.
The 29 or 30. We ain't seen him since, guys.
Yeah, and they did not play great at all. The Game 3 they played well enough to win it. They came up short. Even this game here, first half, it still felt like Toronto should have been up way more than they was.
20 points.
You know what I'm saying?
It was up.
Yeah. So.
All right, we've been talking Milwaukee hard. Let's go to Toronto. I've been looking for Pascal Siakam. He ain't really showed up.
Bill Carton.
Kyle Lowry is outplaying Eric Bledsoe. 20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists.
What you say before we came on air about a long shot, right?
Bruh, this is not supposed to be happening. The series is even now. Both teams on 1-2 games at home. So now we got basically a best-of-3 series. Who you got?
I still got Milwaukee. Like I said, they the home team. They play way better at home. I think they'll get back to doing what they do. So they really don't. They don't have to win another game on the road this series or the finals. They got home court advantage throughout. They got to play a hell of a lot better than they played this game. And I think the crowd will be into it. They'll be more comfortable at home. We know how the bench players play at home. It'll be like night and day. So I still got.
Give me a percentage out of 100. Give me a percentage. Toronto's chances of stealing Game 5.
Give them 35% chance.
Cause that shit could happen. It could really happen.
It could really happen, but Toronto's others play just like Milwaukee's others play on the road.
Now I put on here bench points. The average. They're getting 38 a game from their bench. Toronto's getting 30, so it's about the same in that regard.
And last night really swung that number because last night before the game, I think it was more like 46-26 or something like that.
It was.
So, like I said, I think last night's game was just abnormal from what's been happening throughout the rest of the series.
And personally, I like Milwaukee's bench better than Toronto's. But Toronto's bench actually showed up last night.
Let's say it, but it's all about showing up. You're right. It's all about showing up. It is all about showing up. You're absolutely right. That's why I say if you put Bledsoe to the bench, just so he can personally get his shit together. I think him coming in and playing up against like a Fred VanVleet, if you can't get your shit together there,
if you can't bust his ass, something's wrong.
Yeah, you got bigger problems.
You know who the winner in that situation is? Rich Paul. Got that boy that bag, man.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Clutch Sports, what up?
All right, so we're gonna see what happens. This is a new series, though. 2-2. It's a new series. Oh. Absolutely. All right. I want to say, was that Monday or Tuesday that Frank Vogel was going to be announced as the new Lakers head coach? Was it Monday or Tuesday?
I'm thinking, Tuesday.
Okay. Well, about an hour before that, maybe two, Magic Johnson went on First Take, the ESPN show, and he burned the Lakers situation to the ground. I wasn't mad at him. I really wasn't mad at him because word in the street was about him and how he was incompetent and wasn't getting what he needed to get done because he wasn't coming to the office. But I wasn't mad at what he said and did. The Lakers are a dumpster fire. Like, straight up.
I mean, I appreciated him, just being straight. But I will question, if you really about the Lakers, do you think this actually helps them?
No, it doesn't.
So that was kind of the only thing I had a raised eyebrow about. You so Jeannie, your sister, the Lakers, but this does them no favors.
Oh no, absolutely not. And at the time, I'm like, I didn't realize it then, but I'm like, damn, cuz pulled this off the day they're announcing their new coach. Why?
I mean, was that Stephen A. Smith doing?
Could be.
Could be. Here's you know what? I don't know. They could have said, here's an invite, for this day, knowing. I'm pretty sure ESPN knew when that was going to happen too. Or they could have said.
He still looked like a sucker, though. Especially the way Pelinka played it. Pelinka came off with the nice, I didn't know things were this way. I look forward to talking to him. And if the reports are true, when he met with everybody days before, why you didn't say something then?
Something had to happen in between. He didn't go into that. Something had to happen after those meetings. I don't know. But Pelinka comes out to me. He just comes out to me looking like Magic telling a whole lot of truth. We was talking earlier about KD throwing out what may be a lie, talking about Chris Broussard was lying and speaking up for your credibility. All the shit that Magic said, if none of that was true, Rob said it alluded to some of it. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely believe that saying that he was doing that shit. I
believe it, and I think I said to you the other day, okay, we talk about it all the time. We're 40. Kobe is a lot closer to these young boys' minds than Michael Jordan. They rock with Kobe. Rob Pelinka's Kobe's man.
Right.
He's going nowhere. Kobe's training a lot of these cats in the offseason. Magic wasn't going to trump him because long as Kobe's tied to that organization and he can show up to the meetings, long as he don't show up like he did in the Dwight Howard meeting, they're going to get players. They're going to, but it's just a dumpster fire.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Now, I think Magic did it purposely to try to get Pelinka out.
He lost that. You remember we were on here right before the All-Star break when the Hawks beat them soundly before the All-Star break. We was like, fire Luke. Luke should have been fired. B. Shaw take over. That was about, 5 days after the All-Star break? That's enough time. When they didn't fire him then, you told us everything you need to know. Everything.
But I'm just saying as far as now and going forward, see, Magic, it was already the perception that it was a shit show.
Yes.
This makes it look like even more of a shit show.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you can't get players to come, because, the talk now is, will they get anybody because of how all this shit is piling up? If you can't get anybody, because of the people that are currently in office. I don't care how much Kobe Bryant like Rob Pelinka.
That's true.
Jeannie a businesswoman at the end of the day. Now she look kind of shaky right now as a business person, but hey, Pelinka might have to go.
I told you last week, if I was a free agent and I walked into a meeting with Linda Ramis and Kurt Ramis, I'm walking out. No. Yeah. So we gonna see. That's a shit show.
It was interesting to hear Magic talk about Kurt Ramis in particular. He kind of vouched for him to me in a way, because he was saying that he didn't mind Kurt being around because he wanted more basketball minds, around the organization. They didn't have a lot of basketball people having enough input.
I agree with that.
And he mentioned that what's the guy's name? Like a marketing dude or somebody on the business side having a whole lot of clout. Tim Harris.
Yeah, he shouldn't be talking
about him having a whole lot of clout. And so when if all this is going on, then I can see, before I took the job, you told me that I had power. And then now things that I want to do, I don't actually have the power to do them. And you got people
that told us that 3-4 months ago.
What's that? Told us what?
That Magic didn't have that power.
LeVar Ball.
He told us 3 or 4 months ago.
Never lost.
And we sitting there shitting on LeVar, saying, LeVar crazy. LeVar said this shit on national television 3 or 4 months ago.
January, February? Yeah.
Yeah. He told us. So, he may be talking crazy and loud, but he tend to be right, people.
There you go.
Tends to be right. All right, let's run through the rest of this. Now, the thing I got from this whole situation with the Lakers and the playoffs, the West is wide open. The Lakers really ain't that far away. I know all of y'all looking at this saying, oh, it's terrible. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They're not that far off.
That's the funny part, is the media is definitely driving that narrative. And, most people, they go with whatever that flow is. But you're absolutely right. As bad as it looks right now, get a free agent or get the right trade, AD.
We're saying one player. We're saying one. They might get two. They're not that far off, people.
I think if they're healthy, the young boys grow, and if they get Kyrie or Kemba and add to that, healthy. Hey,
they was in fourth place before the boy got hurt.
We'll see come January, February, midway point. But
and you said this a couple weeks. You said this a couple weeks ago. You was like, Bron ain't had this time off in a while.
Yeah, like long time.
Right. So he's getting right, hearing everything that's been said. Everything.
Drinking his wine.
Yeah. I'm looking at these teams in the West. Portland. No. Houston. CP3 is old. Utah. Ain't nobody going to Utah. OKC. If Russ don't get a jumper, oh well. San Antonio still got DeMar DeRozan on real money. The Clippers, yeah, they're a problem. Yeah. Sacramento's young. Minnesota, no.
Right. In all of those teams to me are like, they can be seeds 2 through 8, any of them, in any order.
Yeah.
The team at the top, Golden State, I think is the domino that affects the rest of the West. Now, I think we all know that. KD is holding the big joker of the league right now, to me.
Holding it just like that.
At the crib. He ain't even playing. He at the crib holding the big joker.
He at the crib holding the big joker in one hand. He on Twitter with the other one, clapping back.
Because if he stays, they continue to dominate. If he leaves, everything opens up.
I'm chasing Jordan if I'm him. See, but the funny thing about that whole thing, like the owner for the Golden State came out, was like, we're trying to keep him and Clay. That means you're losing Draymond. Because you can't pay 4 people. Right. You can't pay 4 max dudes. 3 is possible. You ain't paying 4. It doesn't work that way. The money does not add up. It don't.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't. And KD can chase Jordan all he want. He's not going to be in that category. He's just not the icon on that type
He's
on that
Johnny
type.
Gill.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I'm tired of hearing about that situation. I'm so glad. For the so ready for the off season and free agency to go ahead and come.
It's on the way.
Yeah, because it's every day we got to hear about rumors to the Knicks or other stuff about the Golden State Warriors winning without him.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. David Griffin thinks he has a chance to convince AD to stay. I don't believe so.
Hey man, sometimes you have to talk yourself into these things, man. It's called what? Positive reinforcement or positive something. You put the good juju out there so that good things will happen. You got to be you have to be optimistic. What you always tell me, don't be a wet blanket.
Yeah, that wet blanket is a L.
Hey man, I'm taking that shit. I'm putting it right on that fire right there.
He's not keeping AD.
I'm sorry, Zion should be a decent player, a good player, but he's not going to be enough to persuade AD to stay right now.
He's out. All right, next up. All right, I got the All NBA rookie teams, but I'm not really tripping on everybody. Shout out to the Hawks. We got two dudes on the first and the second team. Shout out to us.
Two first round picks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got hurt late in the first round, right? Or early second.
Yeah, like 15, 18, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
He's our
right
play.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Hawks, man. That pulls us to defensive team got announced.
Let's get the guys their props. The first team, the rookie first team was Luka Doncic, Trae Young, DeAndre Ayton, Jaren Jackson, which I don't think I saw 1 minute of Jaren Jackson this year. Sorry, buddy. He played for the
Memphis games.
You play for the Memphis Grizzlies. They didn't even get the Tuesday night NBA TV game, I don't think. But and then Marvin Bagley III. First time since the 84-85 season that the top 5 picks all made the first team. The 85 class, that was Hakeem Olajuwon, Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, and
it's pretty big.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The second team was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Colin Sexton, Mitchell Robinson of the Knicks, Landry Shamet of the Clippers, and like we just mentioned, Kevin Huerter. So a pretty good rookie class this year.
Absolutely. All right, the defensive team, first team, Rudy Gobert, Giannis, Marcus Smart. Was he that good on defense this year?
When I saw him and Eric Bledsoe's name, I was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Really?
I know they're good on defense, but first team?
What you tell me the other day, though, you was like, don't nobody play defense. So if you play a little bit of defense, you look good.
I guess so. I always look at Clay as one of the better guard defenders. Yeah. He made second team, and Drew Holiday.
Like they would have got on before Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's that good team East Coast bias playing for the Celtics. If he doesn't play for the Celtics, does he get that spot?
I mean, he'll stay ready all-star, but just because you're ready to fight don't mean you play good defense.
That's true, but he does play good defense. We
talked about that also. Dudes be sitting there giving up 35. They had to work for it, though. He still gave up 35.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, was Jimmy not as good on defense this year? Jimmy Butler? Okay. Maybe, I don't know.
We're being honest. Nobody plays defense in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. That's very true. A lot of piss poor defense out there.
All right. Shout out to our Hawks. We got 8 and 10. I put this whole thing on here because there was an article on ESPN in regards to teams that had free agent money. Dog, forget all of them other paragraphs. We're going to have $80 million in 2020. That's 2 max level players. We probably ain't gonna get nobody. $80 million.
Hey, this is a big year for the Hawks because we got to get this 8 and 10 pick right. So we got to keep that right. We got to keep this transition of good young players that we've had over the last 2 years with Huerter and Trae Young and John Collins the year before that. We got to keep the growing going.
We got to get something out of Spellman this year. Got to.
Yeah, we got to get somebody him. I like the way DeAndre Bembry came on late in the season.
Yes.
Anybody, any team out there, if you need an expiring contract, please call us for Kent Bazemore.
I want to have a show back in July of 2020 where we celebrate Bazemore being gone.
Shit.
He should be gone by February, honestly.
He should be. He should be. He's not a bad player. It's just he don't fit with what we're doing right now.
How you feel about his fade though?
His fade has always been weak. It got a little better this season because they put the swag shop in the arena shop. Shout out to Killer Mike. But man, Bazemore fade been less than stellar his whole career. That fade been less than stellar his whole career.
People, he been on this boy's fade for 2 years. Like, man, his fade is so weak.
Hey man, somebody's not telling him that his fade ain't working, man. It's not.
All right, let's run through this basketball and get up out of here. We're going off the rails. All right, Zeke he wasn't arrested. He got handcuffed.
Detained. They got detained. Yeah.
Fake news or news?
I mean, it's going to end up being news because it's Zeke, and he's still got a contract he's kind of trying to get.
I was doing the notes last night, and I saw Ian Rappaport came out like Dallas is like negotiating him to be the highest paid running back. I was like, fake news. I should like take this shit off of there. They about to pay him after getting arrested.
Hey, maybe that's the thing, because the old girl, Rakina Baby Williams of the Sparks, remember she pulled a pistol out, threatening to empty out the whole clip 2 weeks ago, and then last week she got paid by the Sparks. So hey, maybe that's the way to go.
Zeke a wild animal.
Yeah, he been in that category though. He been in that category.
I think he was borderline, but he put.
He was kind of all right. He was to me. He was all right in this situation because the little security guard. I think he was a little punk. He was kind of instigating it a little bit.
He dropped the shoulder on him though, like what you about to do?
Yeah, do your NFL running back. Get off me.
Yeah, that's tough shit. All right, let's keep moving. Reuben Foster tore his ACL for the Redskins.
Speaking of tough shit.
Yeah. I mean, Reuben had a W, about 2 weeks ago? They was like, we ain't going to suspend him. We just going to fine him. That was a win.
Yeah, then this happens. I hate it for him. But the injuries are piling up, man. This would be basically third lost season in as many years. Yeah. That's not good. So he's going to be looking at a situation pretty much where he misses this year. He's got to come back super strong next year. Team is probably not going to pick up his fifth-year option.
Nope.
So he really got a ball next year, basically on a contract year, coming off an ACL injury. That's not a good formula.
Hey, Adrian Peterson's on that team. He can tell him what to do.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Big Ben. Big Ben came out. He been on the apology tour basically since Monday or Tuesday, saying he wasn't a leader. He's been reaching out. Big Ben is the only person I know who his phone calls and text messages never go through.
Never.
Like ever. Ever. I didn't necessarily see the point of coming out saying this. AB gone.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he was asking questions. So you might as well go ahead and answer them now. Get them out of the way. You don't want this shit coming up during camp. Because, for weeks everybody was saying, Ben ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing to deny or accept the allegations that Brown has made.
It was like February.
Yeah,
March.
But you know how the media roll. They're gonna ask until they get an answer about it. So This is probably the best time to go ahead and do it during OTAs or whatever, minicamp, whatever they have it right now. Go ahead, address it, get it out the way. He took the high road, which I think is smart, even though I don't really want to hear what the fuck he got to say.
The high road is more of a weapon nowadays than anything, because you make the other person look petty. Because he was like, man, I've been trying to apologize in person, but he won't talk to me.
Yeah. Exactly. So he took Antonio Brown's energy and used it basically against him.
Absolutely.
So now he looks like being the good guy again. They're going to go into their season. He's going to try to make Juju a Pro Bowler, and they're going to go from there. So, proof of them being the pudding is all about them W's, because all of this talk about AB and being back and forth and all that shit takes away from the fact how much of bullshit football that they played down the stretch of the season. So that's going overlooked. That ain't gonna go overlooked once the season starts. You got to come up and get some W's.
Nope. All right, let's keep moving. Gerald McCoy finally got cut from Tampa Bay, and they basically turned right back around and replaced him with Ndamukong Suh. Now, looking at the numbers, I get it.
$3 million difference for more tackles, about the same amount of sacks. McCoy had 6 sacks. Suh had 4.5, but he played next to Aaron Donald.
Right.
So about the same number of quarterback hits, 21-19 in favor of McCoy. But like I say, if you can save $3 million, and $3 million, saving that's a lot.
Starter.
Exactly. So that was a win situation. For them. They got Bruce Arians coming in fresh. So I think it should be good.
The whole season in Tampa, depending on Jameis. That's it.
Who is he giving the concussion to first? Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, or Drew Brees?
I don't know. It could. He's been laying low lately though. He ain't pulled no fuckery lately.
Well, he been trying to clean up his image a little bit. He didn't play for a winner now. He done been to a Super Bowl. He played next to a guy in Aaron Donald who took really most of the headlines. He may be back to the fuckery.
Todd Bowles might get something out of him down there in Tampa, though.
I forgot Todd Bowles was down there. You right?
He might get something out of him. I mean, he's 32. I mean, he ain't going to the Super Bowl. That's not happening. So I would have waited on somebody else. But I want to win late. I ain't trying to just play to be playing. But Sue done seen real bread, so let's keep moving.
They had to improve their defense, so.
Yeah, I mean, JPP keeps getting in stuff, so gotta do something. All right, Julian Edelman got a contract extension, 2 years, $18 million, $12 million guaranteed. It seems like the deals that these dudes be getting in New England, other dudes will laugh at, but they're winning. They're winning.
That's a trade-off. I think I heard somebody today say that Julian Edelman could have got probably 2 years, $40 million. No, not 2 years and 40, but maybe 3 years and 40 with another team. He took what, 2 for 19?
Yeah, 2 for 19 with 12. Well, two for 18 with 12 guaranteed.
12 guaranteed.
It's real money, and they're gonna win. Well, I can't say what's gonna happen going forward, but I mean, they kind of win.
That's what I'm saying. At this point, though, Brady getting up there, you gotta. I don't know, like I said, you got to get out at the right time. Did Gronk get out at the right time? Because
I think he's gonna be back.
You talk about leaving $10, $15, $20 million possibly on the table by if you switch teams just to stay in New England. Hey, and unless you actually win a ring, is it worth it?
That's a good question. Good question. All right, Roger Goodell spoke on Tyreek Hill. Basically said they're gonna let the legal process play out. You're getting suspended. You're already on the commissioner's exempt list. It's just a matter of when they cut you and go from there. But you're fast, so you might do 8 games and you'll be playing for somebody else.
That exempt list is like being traded to Buffalo because you just out there. You just out there in oblivion.
Yeah.
They ain't no set timetable. They got to bring you back. They ain't even got to take your phone call.
Nope.
Because I remember they kept who did they keep on the exempt list all that time, and then even was it Alden Smith?
Alden Smith.
Yeah. They was like
somebody else too. I can't remember who, but somebody else too.
Yeah, but remember they was like, we hadn't even thought about that. We haven't even looked into that. We haven't even received the paperwork, for reinstatement. Nothing. That's not on the radar right now. So they could just set your ass over there and forget about you if they want to.
And Josh will be playing for for New England at some point this year. Some point. I don't know how. Will his case get decided before Robert Kraft's case?
Now what kind of who, Josh?
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna try to appeal to get him back.
But he didn't do anything though, did he? No, he just went
It's
He just went
been,
back to rehab. He
it's
just
been kind
left.
of shady. He didn't fail a test, I don't think.
No, that never came out. He just left the team.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be good.
Yeah,
He'll be
yeah.
good. Robert Kraft will get a couple games, but he ain't featuring it.
Right. What does that matter?
Right. Medical marijuana. You're gonna be smoking weed by 2021.
It might as well. I was reading the article today. I think Pro Football Focus or Pro Football News had it about Chris Long. Chris Long saying, now that he's retired from the Eagles, he was saying that, I smoke my fair share of weed while playing. He said that the testing that the NFL does is arbitrary because everybody knows when the test is coming. They do it once in the off season around April or May, and then that's it for the whole year. So it's like,
is that dress snitching in a sense?
I thought the same thing because I'm like, okay, it could work in a way where you didn't shame them so much about, obviously if you only testing once a year and everybody know what it is, what are you really trying to catch?
Right.
And then that can shame them into just stopping it or being more lenient, or they could double down and say, let's test y'all motherfuckers more.
Cause they read that shit like, man, send somebody to them dudes' house tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think is going to end up happening because we know how Goodell is. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that would have to be collectively bargained too. So,
you think I know we got to speed up. You think we're looking at a lockout soon? Because I believe it's coming up in 2020.
Yeah, it's coming up in 2020. I mean, word on the street is it's happening. So we'll see.
Be prepared. Hope y'all saved y'all money. All right, Bobby Wagner basically has stated he wants to be the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. I think the next highest paid from C.J. Mosley is Luke Kuechly at 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
CJ's at like 17. That McCagnon fella really fucked up the linebacker market. That's a large gap, 17 to 13.
Yeah, big time. Trying to see if I can pull the numbers up real quick. But I think
my numbers are right, but I could be wrong. 17 to 13 for Luke, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see. Oh, okay, but they got these edge rushers lumped in here as well. So they got those outside linebackers, Khalil and Von Miller at 23 and 19. Then you got C.J. Mosley, his top inside linebacker at 17. Zadarius Smith, he's making 17.
Really?
I'm sorry, 16 and a half.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's and Bobby Wagner is, let's see. Yeah, he pretty far down the list.
But now they don't pay Russell.
Number 13 at $10 million. So
can they pay him?
I don't know what Seattle's salary cap situation looking like right now, but depending on how much time he got left on his deal, which let's see, the NFL they don't give a fuck about how much time you got.
I don't look at those deals because
he got
they're funny money.
This is his last year of his deal, so now I see why he's talking about money.
Will he get traded, or they gonna just let it ride? They're not gonna franchise him, I'm assuming.
At the age of what is he, like 29? Yeah, he's 29 right now. I can't see them franchising. I see them trying to work some type of deal out though, actually for him.
What deal do you work outside of you paying me 17 and a half, 18 million a year?
Well,
I'm better than C.J. Mosley.
That's true too. Yeah.
So
that's true too. I don't know how they gonna work that.
Hey, look at this. Y'all not watching the show on this YouTube. Look at this smile he has because he's happy that the Seahawks got turmoil.
Hey man, they ain't got no turmoil, man. They got Russell Wilson. He done changed up his whole demeanor and his voice. I don't know who the fuck he is right now. He got a little swag to him. They got DK Metcalf, the number one receiver.
This is all sarcasm, people. Don't believe none of this shit. He's happy that Bobby Wagner wants real bread, but Russell got all the money, and he in the corner 1-2 stepping. So,
hey man, I'm just worried about my Niners, man. I'm just trying to make sure that if we got a compatible.
I heard Joey Bosa hurt his hamstring.
He's compatible. That's not even a word. A competitive team come beginning of season. Yeah. He hurt his little hamstring, so he'd be on the sideline for a little minute. I don't know how serious it was. As long as he didn't tear it off the bone, I don't care. He got time.
Bet. Let's get up out of here.
Yes, sir. All right, good people. We appreciate y'all tuning in. As usual, again, don't forget to continue to watch on the YouTube channel. Also, check us out on either podcast platform, whether it be Spreaker or iTunes. Any platform. Don't forget any platform that you watch or use or listen to. Don't forget to leave us some comments, thumbs up or down. And don't forget to also share that content and subscribe to those shows. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Can't say it enough. Uncle Hate, tell these people where to reach you at and interact with you on social media.
At RK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right. You can tweet me at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter as well. Ooh, that was a Giannis free throw right there. That looked like an air ball.
That's terrible. Terrible.
Hey, but you know what I was thinking about last night? You was telling me like, yo, these free throws are getting out of hand. He's shooting about the same percentage LeBron shoot.
Shot it. He had shot 41 free throws in 4 games and made 26.
That's the playoffs, right? Yes. That's gotta be playoffs, yeah.
That's terrible.
There's like 60, 66%, 61.
Somewhere around there. 41, and you've only made 26. He should be in the gym right now. Right now, shooting free throws.
Yeah, because he's missing 3 or 4 games. He's getting to the line about 10 times. He's missing 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, so we come back on here next Wednesday, give or take. Who's playing in the finals next week? Milwaukee, in your mind?
Yeah.
I took Milwaukee too, but they better win Game 5 because they better win Game 5.
Milwaukee go to state. Finals next Thursday start. Matter of fact, yeah. Milwaukee go to state next week.
Yes, sir. Get out of here.
All right. People, we'll holler at y'all next week. Don't forget to check us out. Like we just said, I'm about to repeat the whole thing all over again, but I'm not going to do that. For your boy, Uncle Hate, for your boy, Diego Barish the Cough, we are AA Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We'll holler at y'all next week. Y'all be good. Be easy. Peace.